If you are new to investing or have been investing for some time now, you are probably worried about a lot of things. For example, whether your investment strategy is working, whether you have made the right decisions, or sometimes when you want to copy the strategy of those successful people, only to find out nothing is working for you. Well, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll address these points with key messages that I take from The Psychology of Money, written by Morgan Housel. Many people see the lives of those who are successful as a series of wise and calculated actions. Good business judgments lead to new market discoveries. Good financial decision leads to portfolio growth. When we see the full success-failure spectrum, we think of it as a dimension of controllable variable actions. However, what if I told you that luck is actually the underlying factor that lies behind each success? Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, is a living example of how luck can play a role in our lives. In 1968, Bill Gates, at the age of 13, and his friend Kent Evans were two of the very first few to get access to computers when they attended Lakeside School in Seattle. He experienced that one-in-a-million luck that led him to start a computer software business. How so? Let's do some calculations. According to world data, the global population was 3.5 billion in 1968, while the population of the United States was 200 million. Taking into account the population between 5 and 14 years old, there are 40 million individuals in the United States. However, it was estimated that 300 students attended Lakeside School that year. So from a population of 3 billion down to only 300 individuals, that's even one digit behind one in a million. Don't get me wrong, Bill Gates worked really hard and dedicated his life to software development, but it was his one-in-a-million luck that really contributed to his success. Bill Gates in one interview said, "If it had not been for Lakeside, Microsoft would not have existed." His friend Kent Evans also had a one-in-a-million experience, but to the completely other side of the spectrum. Kent Evans was a member of the computer pioneers and could have been a founding father of Microsoft. But he died in a mountaineering accident before graduating from high school. At such a young age, the odds of dying in a mountaineering event were also approximately 1 in a million. So you see, both experienced a 1 in a million event. One resulted in the creation of a tech giant, while the other lost his life. The same probability led to different outcomes for these two closely related individuals. We are particularly drawn to each success story and pay close attention to their following actions, and we often neglect the role that luck and risk can play in their success. To be objective, you should focus on these two aspects. First, be cautious with the individuals you look up to and look down upon. Those at the top may have just been the beneficiaries of good luck, while those at the bottom are the victims of bad risk. You cannot wish for the same luck that falls upon them as you reproduce their success. Conversely, other people's failures do not necessarily mean you fail too. Second, focus less on the success of the individual and more on the collective trend. It is difficult to replicate the success of a single individual, but there's a pattern among those successes. A series of good deeds with a high chance of success is more likely to result in the success in the long run. You wake up, check your portfolio, check your investments, make some bets, and see which stocks go up and see which one goes down. Are you one of those people who does this on a daily basis? And do you feel bad when you make the wrong choice? You don't need to feel this way, because 99% of the time, the decisions you make, even the bad ones, really do not matter. Hans Birchien was born in Berlin into a Jewish family in 1914. Due to the rise of political oppression in the 1930s, he fled from Germany to the United States, where he developed an interest in arts. During World War II, Birchien moved to Paris, where he became an art dealer. In the post-war period, many works of art were undervalued, and he was able to amass a large collection of modern arts, including works by Pablo Picasso, Paul Klee, Henri Matisse, and others. Burgion's collection developed over the years, and he became one of the most respected art dealers. His Picasso's works collection was once regarded as the largest private collection of the artist's works. Burgion's life demonstrated that 99% of your decisions do not matter, but the remaining 1% can turn out to be life-changing. By the way, in finance, we can say Burgion had a diversified portfolio. What is a diversified portfolio? I'll make a video about it one day. There is a level of regularity in finance that is foreseeable, predictable, and which we can act upon. To our minds, where reality is a playground of controllable variables, we make decisions based on the nature of regularity. However, there are just a few fat tail events with such low probabilities but with high potential value that are 100 or even 1,000 times more profitable than your typical daily outcomes. Venture capitalists base their earning models on this idea. They will invest equally in 100 new businesses. The majority of businesses fail, and only the few of them survive. But those that survive generate more profits than the combined losses of the failed investments. As emotional beings, we are easily cheered up by yesterday's decision that results in today's gain. But we are particularly vulnerable to the unexpected downturn, and we believe we made a poor decision. Quite often, we succumb to the decline in our fluctuating emotions and decide to walk away. But exactly at this emotional low point, you should not give up. Because in order to profit from those tail events, you must maintain a long-term and consistent strategy and really stay in the game. If venture capitalists walked away before one of the bets turned out to be profitable, they would lose all the investments they had made in each company. Burgion would not have become a renowned art collector if he had forgone his art collections simply because they were not highly valued. Napoleon defined a military genius as a man who can perform every task well when everyone else is going insane. It applies to the field of finance, as there are numerous headwinds ahead. But in the end, consistency and perseverance in your own game will determine your success. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Investment journey is a long-term game, and you just have to be richer than yesterday.